So remember I was like, hey, Fisk might not be in this episode that much because like, man, deal with everything, and then he bear hugs the doctor to death in the first minute and a half.
You know what's funny? I knew that Doctor wasn't leaving that room alive, but I'm still kind of shocked at how he died.
Yeah, that was that was something.
Like I actually kind of winced a little like when I heard the back crack.
Yeah, that was I was like, okay, he's gonna come close, or it's gonna be one of those. Yeah, in the imagination you kill them, but you actually let the doctor go and it's fine. Whatever sitcom fake death was it? No,
No.
doesn't even say anything. Buck just goes in and takes care of it. Um, so we were kind of right about how Daniel taking care of the body was an initiation to be like you're in the big leagues type of deal.
Yeah. So if I think now he's being groomed to be really one of Fisk's top men.
Yep, and we're starting to see the seeds of how Fisk is going to be the one that screws Fisk
Yep.
because you just took all of Mr. Charles' shit and you went, all right, I'm done. I will say Jessica's intro was pretty great. And we find out that like he was looking for people like them to work with
Yeah.
them.
I'm I've got questions. But also I just want to circle back to probably Matthew Lillard's best line read. You stole my shit.
You stole. His entire character is just meant to be irritating. Just
I
like
love it.
it feels like every day he just gets let on set and is not given lines and is reacting to this naturally. Like, did you see that video of the guy that broke into his house and he ran after him in his underwear?
I didn't see that.
So someone broke into his house in the middle of winter, and he released security camera footage from his house where this guy came in, and he came out in nothing but a blanket and like whitey tighties, running after this guy down the sidewalk. He jumps over his own balcony, by the way. Matthew Lillard doesn't miss a beat, and all you hear is being caught on the speaker going, "I'm gonna get you, motherfucker! I'm getting closer! I'm getting closer!"
Oh, that's great.
Oh yeah, but like just being under, he's just like, I guarantee you, a lot of this shit was ad lib. Like, you stole my shit. The hell, man. He seems like if Shaggy grew up and got a real job. Like, what the hell, man?
Not cool, man.
Not cool, man. Like, Zoink Scoops, Fist stole all my Scooby snacks. Yeah, it's awesome. And I was kind of shocked at how little Jessica was in this episode.
Yeah, and not only that, but um I have been seeing a little bit of Jessica Jones discourse before I watched this episode. Like it was out of context, so I didn't really understand what they were talking about. But now that I know the context, it's like, okay, I I can see I can see why they have some issues with her appearance here.
It is, and what I'm hoping. Okay, so they had the kid, and now her powers go iffy afterwards. Um, I really hope that wasn't just a deal because Jessica is a character that kind of just solves the problem when she's in a scene because she's kind of busted.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that they don't need to do that as the contrivance of if we're going to have Jessica in scenes with other characters that can possibly lose fights, she can't just be allowed to mollywop everyone in the scene and just solve the problem because we still need to have problems happen.
Like there's a way to use Jessica Jones sparingly without having to take her powers away. But
Yeah.
on the other hand, I am also going to give the writers of this show, and let's say they come up with like a solo spin-off for Jessica Jones, like what they're doing with Punisher, give her like a special presentation.
I mean, they could, but then I don't want them to waste an entire season figuring out how to get her powers to work again.
Yeah, true.
I
I
really
just
don't
I
need
just think
that.
I just think like she deserves more than just, oh, let's just take her powers away because then like she'll be too powerful when like the story, like, you know.
No, I get that. And I want her to have her own series again. I still think one of the single best seasons that's ever been produced in a comic book property is season 1 of Jessica Jones.
Oh, absolutely.
And she had her powers the entire time. But her
And yet
powers didn't help
she
her.
still went through like she went through shit too.
Strength didn't solve that for her. Her being smart did.
Yep.
So there's ways to work around an unbelievably strong character where her strength did not help her in 99.9% of the situations with the villain. So you could do that without making her powers conveniently go away when you want to have a guy punch her in the face.
Yeah. But that's why I understand where the criticisms are coming from.
I 100% get the criticisms. It'd be different if it was, there's ways of writing a power shitting out and not have it be purposely at the worst time. Like, you could just have her randomly, like, trying to lift something and going, well, fuck, I can't lift that truck now. I guess I gotta do something else. Like, when she's just investigating something. Like, you can have things like that where it's a minor inconvenience and not, oh, I would have died unless Daredevil saved me because I conveniently lost my powers at the worst possible moment.
Yeah.
There's ways of writing it where you don't do that. I have a question. Is there a reason why Heather's stealing jewelry?
Yeah, what the hell is up with that?
That made no sense to me. Did I forget that like belonged to her or something?
I could not justify why she was doing that.
Yeah, because it's not even like, if she is actually turning into Muse, he wasn't a thief.
No.
I don't get why
unless all she was doing was, I don't know, stalling for time until someone caught her attention.
I don't know. And it's such a pointless scene too. Cause it's 30 seconds that is just before the important scene happens.
Yeah, just I don't.
That is the one scene in this entire show outside of the randomly making the AVTF look good in that thing with the kids that I just went, why did you write that? Like, it's not even just a character assassination, it's just a weird thing.
Yeah.
It's not gonna go anywhere unless somehow, like, she's gonna get caught with that jewel in her pocket down the road, which is
I don't get it.
Like, speaking of that, I do appreciate that somehow they have not opened any of those fucking gun cases at all, and that fucking watch is still in those gun cases.
I love that.
But man, I really need to know what they're doing with Heather.
Yeah, like,
what was the borderline murdery sexual tension or whatever they were doing with Buck there.
I mean, I'm not going to lie and say I don't ship it, but I don't know.
Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think Buck got any sexual thing out of that from the purpose of a woman choking him. I think he might have just, if he got aroused at all, by just being a weird guy.
Fair.
That could have been fist choking him and he might have got off. I just think the dude's weird. But like, if she's now I mean, I kind of get it. If she's genuinely this still doesn't deter me from like the idea that she's turning into Muse, because if she's simulating the choking on him, maybe he's trying to bring out some horrible side of her. They just did it in the you've seen Death Note, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember the oddly sexual for no absolute reason scene where Light cleans L's feet on top of that building?
That was a weird moment.
This is not quite that bad, but this was like, why is this oddly sexual for no reason? And then it was like, no, we need to stop. I'm getting aroused by the fact that you're catching on to how weird I want you to be. Like, why? Like, what the... Like, if they would have then got it on, like, this was him trying to come on to her, maybe it would have been better. I honestly don't know. Buck has a weird way of doing every fucking thing that he does to where I don't know if it's weird writing or they're purposely just making this guy the ultimate weirdo.
I think it's all of the above.
Because, like, he was used to be just the, okay, boss, we'll take care of that. Now it's just becoming, he's like, hey, man, what if I psychologically just fucked you up real quick because I'm bored? Like, like, what? Like, also, why were you going in there? How'd you know she was in there?
I think he just got bored and started walking around.
What's a woman that I could make very uncomfortable right now? Oh, Heather, hi!
Alright, we gotta move on from this.
God, it's just so weird. Okay, so... It's just so weird. It's so weird. So... Speaking of Buck being Buck, he gives him the idea to fake leak info to BB, which I honestly thought at some point Daniel was going to get smart enough to do on his own. And then it said he's not running for re-election. And the worst part is, like, she genuinely doesn't leak it.
Yeah.
And then, I don't mean to be that guy. How many days have passed since she put that shit in her pocket? Has it been a day and a half?
I think.
Or was that right before the fight?
I think it was before the fight.
Okay, then I guess I can excuse that it's still in her pocket. But to me, if you had the world's most important microchip in your pocket, you would have went, hey, before I go to the hospital, I'm going to go drop this at my house.
Like, I get a lot has happened over, like, the past, like, day and a half.
But you're an investigative reporter that does not go... she went out of her way to leave the hospital to go leak the information he told her. Why are you hesitating to leak this information? BB, you're your own worst enemy that you can't even clean out your fucking coat pockets. Oh, it's so weird. That was one where I'm like, man, I understand stuff's going by fast. But that should have went a little bit faster.
Yeah, that was a lapse.
Yeah. So, Daniel, he's caught on that she's the fake Fisk on the news, whatever. Then, Karen almost kills Bullseye. That was tense. Yeah, that was That was something else. Then one of the coolest scene I think in this episode was them showing the presentation up against the governor or the mayor's office. That was
Yeah,
really cool.
the like the editing of this episode was really really snappy.
Yeah, and you know, they retroactively made something important from season one. So you remember on the last episode I was like, freaking Vanessa's flashback was whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously that painting gets given significance in this episode. I didn't realize, because obviously it was just a fucking painting, unless they talked about it, I forgot, that was a painting that had the blood smear from the guy that Vanessa was hoinking around on Kingpin down in that basement where he was being kept.
That's right.
I didn't realize that was that. So, because I didn't think we were going to go in that room again. I never would have remembered that was the painting until we went back down in there. And then they have that fight, which ends up breaking that painting even more. And they're actually trying to psychologically come up with a way to come to a middle ground. Also, he's gotten all of his support ripped away from the governor because of Mr. Charles just gone, so, Kingpin pissed me off, and I'm going to do you a favor. I am on no one's team but my own.
Yep. And that's why he's great.
Yeah, I appreciate characters like that. They don't happen in shows enough. But the fight in the basement was awesome.
Oh, yeah. Love that fight.
That fight was so good. The Jessica Jones fight also was obviously awesome. But, yeah. Them using that traitor as a scapegoat for getting weapons blown, and then like, yeah, fucking vigilante killed him, walked away. We're like, I hope that starts spreading stuff, because he didn't even tell that guy he was a traitor. He just shot him and then moved away. I hope that kind of spreads dissent inside of the ranks of them.
It's starting to, because one of the guys was like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I hope that because he's like, no, a vigilante killed him. So, like, I hope that slowly the whole empire just fucking crumbles at the end of it. Or comes close to it, because now he doesn't have the governor's support. The people are against him. They're going to start having some tension inside the AVTF if that goes the way it should. So that was their excuse to start shooting people. But, yeah.
I actually really like the idea of this is how we end the Mayor Fisk storyline, by not by something drastic, but by slowly unraveling the tapestry.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know how it's going to happen unless they leak someone else comes in a new episode, but I would kind of like, and I doubt this is going to happen, I'm not going to pull a Noah Centineo in the Gundam movie here on this, but what I'm saying is, if possibly, at the end of this, Karen gets spotted, and obviously it looks like she's going to get her head blown off. If one of the AVF guys stops him, like specifically the guy that saw him kill their comrade there, that could be kind of cool, where he's just like, we're not just blowing people away for no reason, and this shit's got to stop. Because I don't know if they're going to get Karen captured or like what's going to go on, but yeah, it's left on a good little cliffhanger there.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, we have 2 episodes left. We need to figure out everything that's going on, unless there's nothing left with Mr. Charles. We need to do everything with the governor, Fisk, and then possibly going away. The AVTF. There was another one that I was thinking
BB?
of. BB. And all the stuff with Heather, like, turning into Muse or whatever's happening. We have 2 episodes left.
Yeah, how are we gonna cram all of that into 2 episodes?
I don't know, but they've been writing this show really well, so I have faith. But I'm wondering, they're obviously shooting season 3. They've openly admitted that. But I'm just like, what's all going to be left over and what's going to get taken care of? Because, well, we know something that happens because apparently someone's really bad at posting pictures when they shouldn't.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do. But yeah, this season's really really good.
Yeah. I am quite loving this season.
Yeah, as am I. It's yeah, and like I'll hear some people like, well, isn't as good as the Netflix. It's just as good. You're literally like I can't remember who said it, but it was a Let's Player. No, I think it was someone on Smosh where it's like, no, or was it Jacksepticeye? I can't remember what it was, but a person brought up, he's like, I miss the old Smosh, or I miss the old this, or I miss the old that. It's like, no, you miss that time period in your life when all this was happening and you were like happy and doing whatever and blah blah blah. You miss that time period. And now sometimes shows were genuinely better and other things in there, but a lot of it was you missed the feeling of your life at that time and that show was part of it. And you feel like because your life is shitty now that the show is shitty. Let's try and divorce those two now. Can a show still be bad? Yeah, but it's like, are you actively watching how well written this is and going, now, me and Mike just obviously talked about for a good like 5 minutes about how fucking weird that entire Heather and Buck scene was, and the jewelry. But like that's a 0.02% mark off on the grading of this season.
Exactly.
Like, it's still insanely good.
And you know what? I'll throw out this hot take. Season 2 of Born Again so far, I think, is better than season 2 of the Netflix show.
It might be. If it sticks the landing, it very well could be in my books as well. I don't think it's gonna be a hard bargain for me to like something as much as I like Jessica Jones season 1.
Yeah, that season was pretty perfect.
People do not get, like, you and me were talking about like earlier, like how Fisk needs to be the greatest whatever blank blank blank. People don't talk about David Tennant as the Purple Man enough.
I remember him getting a lot of praise at the time,
At the
but
time,
it's also been over a decade since that season
but he
premiered.
was so good. Like the scene in Jessica Jones's like childhood home when he took it over to bring her there, and he's like discussing like how his life is terrible. And he's like, the other day someone cut me off in traffic and I told him to go fuck himself. Can you even imagine? It's just, oh my god! That season's so good! Ugh! But, yeah. Anyway, do you have anything else?
I think we pretty much covered everything.
Yeah, I would say so too. Where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterbox.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Blue Sky at Renegade Pop Culture. You can also find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Renegade Pop Culture. Find us on YouTube at Renegade Pop Culture or Organized Zero. Find us on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. Need an escape? So do we.
Absolutely. You can find me everywhere at Organoid Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube. And if you are into cosplays and convention going and the like, you can find me at my Instagram over at Organoid Zero. Until next time, we will see you all later.
Peace.
Bye.